Hey everyone, welcome. I am your online facilitator for the Business World Online Academy, and honestly, I am absolutely thrilled to kick off this explainer with you today. We are starting a really special generic management program, and it's designed specifically for you. You know, professionals who have years of incredible, hard-earned experience out there in the real world, but maybe you just don't have the formal academic qualifications to match it yet. Today, we're going to map out exactly how we use this platform to take your practical, everyday leadership skills and turn them into official recognition on the NQF ladder of learning. So think of this as your essential go-to tutorial for navigating your learning materials. Okay, let's quickly look at our course roadmap to see how we'll navigate this journey. We'll start with a welcome. Then we'll unpack Unit Standard 264408. After that, we'll compare formative and summative assessments, navigate your POE guide, and finally, look at exactly how you'll prove your competence. All right, Section 1. Welcome to the Academy. First up, let's talk about why you're here and why your existing management skills give you such a massive head start. Look, what's really crucial to understand about this academy is that we aren't here to teach you how to do your job from scratch. You already know how to manage people. Instead, this whole program revolves around recognition of prior learning, or RPL. It's about taking those communication strategies you literally use every single day, whether you're running team meetings, drafting newsletters, or putting out fires with customer relations, and formally mapping them to an academic framework. Basically, we are placing your real-world skills directly onto the formal NQF ladder of learning. Moving on to Section 2, Unpacking Unit Standard 264408. Let's see what the official framework actually requires from you as a manager. So, check this out. This is the official SACA registration document, the South African Qualifications Authority. It proves that everything we cover together in this online academy aligns perfectly with some very rigorous national standards. This isn't just a bunch of theory we made up. It's a formally recognized unit standard that officially measures your ability to establish communication processes and promote really positive relationships at work. The breakdown here is the important part. By knocking out SAQID 264408, which is all about managing and improving communication processes in a function, you aren't just learning basic communication. You are mastering it at an advanced NQF level 6. And when you prove your competence, you'll be putting 3 solid credits in the bank toward your overarching generic management qualification. Section 3. Formative versus summative assessment. Now, to actually succeed and earn those credits, we've got to clear up a little bit of academic jargon, specifically the difference between the 2 types of assessment you'll be doing. Think of it this way. The formative assessment, which lives inside your learner workbook, that's your practice arena. Those are the class activities, the group discussions about strategy, and the daily reflection exercises you'll do as you learn. But on the flip side, your summative assessment is housed in your learner POE guide. Now, POE stands for Portfolio of Evidence, and this is the main event. It holds the final knowledge questions, the practical assignments you'll actually do at work, and your logbooks. It is the undeniable final proof that you know your stuff. Which brings us to Section 4, Navigating your POE Guide. Since that summative assessment is the main event, let's look really closely at the specific rules for your portfolio of evidence. What you're looking at is the actual cover of the document that pretty much dictates your success in this module. As your online facilitator, I really have to stress this. This physical, or digital, document is the ultimate vehicle for your assessment. And there's one golden rule you need to remember right out of the gate. You must sign and date every single page in the space at the bottom. It's how you show total ownership of your work. And before an assessor even glances at how well you manage team communication, this administrative checklist has to be bulletproof. You'll need your personal info using specific registration codes, plus certified copies of your ID and CV. But I really want to highlight that last point, the declaration of authenticity. You, along with a witness, have to declare that all the evidence you're submitting is 100% your own work. Without that signed declaration, the whole process stops cold. Plagiarism is taken incredibly seriously, and it'll basically result in you having to reapply and pay all the costs again, so no shortcuts. Now, how does this actually apply to your day job? Well, your logbook is a massive piece of your POE. You aren't just sitting there answering theory questions. You have to take these concepts right back to your desk. You're required to log the time you spend doing practical activities for this program. And here's the catch. Your logbook needs to show at least 30 hours of acquiring these skills, and your supervisor or mentor has to physically sign off on those hours to prove you did them. Finally, Section 5, Proving your competence. Let's pull back the curtain and demystify how your assessor will actually review all this hard work and make a judgment. I want to be super clear here. Assessment is not some kind of surprise attack. It's a very transparent 6-step collaboration. First, you and the assessor plan it out and agree on dates. Then, you prepare your evidence. The assessor conducts the assessment, evaluates your work, makes a judgment, and crucially, gives you direct feedback. It's a completely open, supportive process from start to finish. And you can see that exact feedback loop perfectly visualized right here, pulled straight from the foreword to the learner in your guide. It's a great reminder that there is always a structured procedure. In fact, your POE even has an appeals procedure form right inside it. That means if you ever disagree with an outcome, there's a fair, formal way to have it reviewed. You are completely supported. All right, I need you to completely forget everything you remember from high school about just scraping by with a 50% passing grade. In outcomes-based education, which is the system we use, there are no percentages at all. You are either deemed competent or not yet competent. To get that competent status, you have to hit every single assessment criteria. But hey, if you don't nail it on the first try, do not panic. Not yet competent literally just means you'll get another chance to provide a bit more evidence or get some extra training. So what exactly is the assessor looking for when they read your work? Well, your evidence has to hit the VARS criteria. It must be valid, meaning it actually relates to the specific unit standard. Authentic, meaning it's your own work. Reliable, it needs to be current, so please no evidence older than 3 years. And lastly, sufficient, which just proves that you are consistently competent and you didn't just have one lucky day at the office. So, managers, as we wrap up this orientation explainer, I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. How are you going to translate your years of practical, real-world experience into undeniable proof of your competence today? You already have the knowledge, and now you've got the academic roadmap to back it up. So dive into that learner workbook, get started on those formative activities, and let's turn your daily leadership into formal NQF success. You've got this, and I'll see you in the next explainer.